In this video, I will explain Linux directory structure. So even in Windows also, we have a C drive. Once it is open, there's a lot of directories in it, right? Same way, in Linux also, we have a different types of directories are there. Each directory has a different purpose they have created. The top of the directory in Windows, C, right? So in Linux, there is no drive name called C in Linux. So guys, I'll be comparison between the Windows and Linux so that you can easily understand. Okay? You can easily understand. So in Linux, the top of the directory is called slash. Slash. This is a slash will be available. This is the very top of the directory. This directory we called as root directory. This directory we called as root directory. So vertical, horizontal, both views I have displayed in the screen. So which is you are comfortable, you can understand the concept. So the same structure in vertical, I will be clearly displaying on the horizontal way also. So this root directory is a top level directory of the file system. All other directories and files are contained within it. Okay. Any directory you can create under this directory only. This is a top level. This is a root of the top level in the file system. Next, first is the bin directory. So the bin directory is a containing the essential binary executable for the system utilities and applications needs for single user mode. Only one user mode, the essential binary executables, if you want to run in the bin folder, it is available. Next is a boot directory. It contains the bootloader files like kernel images and other files required for booting of the system. Suppose if the boot directory is deleted or corrupted, the complete OS will get crashes. So bootloader files, kernel images, and other files required to booting the system that will be stored in this boot directory. Next, dev directory, which is called device directory, it holds the device files. So which is specially like representing the hardware devices like a CD drive, DVD drive, floppy drive, such kind of things will be showing. USB drive, that is called devices. Next, etc, it contains the configuration files and scripts required for the system administration and configuration purpose we will use in the etc directory. It's a very, very important directory, guys. Going forward, we will use etc directory. That's the configuration files and the scripts required for the system administration purpose that we will use it. Next, home directory. Generally in Windows, we have a user directory, right? So here it is called home directory, which stores whichever the user we created in this particular system, the each user one directory will create under the home directory. Suppose Rajesh, one directory. Okay, Ramesh, one directory. So like that, multiple directories will create. Number of users is logged in the system. Number of users are created in the system, which is called home directory. So going forward, regularly you will use the home directory. Next, LAB directory, that's called library directories. It contains the shared libraries files like a binaries, bin, sbin, that information it will store. So guys, you can see that in the library, bin, sbin, these information will be stored in library only, generally. So these will be used sbin and bin directory files. It's a kind of library files. Next, media directory. It's a temporary mount point for removing such as CD, DVD, USB drives. We can use it. For example, you inserted the CD drive. You can use the media drive to open the content. You have a USB drive. You have to insert and you can access the data like that. MNT, mount point, which is the file systems we need to mount to the system. Example, Linux server is there. Okay. So Linux server, we cannot keep all the data, right? So for safer side, we keep it in another directory, another system. So that file system, we will be connecting to this system by using the mount directory. Remote connections. Next, OPT directory. It's an optional directory for installing any optional software packages. We will use a OPT directory. Optional packages other than operating system, any other softwares in OPT drive, we will use and install the softwares. Next, proc directory. This is actually process directory. It's a virtual file system providing the information about the system processes. Okay, system processor related jobs will be in the process directory. Next, root directory. As I told you, is a root slash this particular information, everything will be stored in root directory. That is called root, king of the directory in the Linux operating system. Then run directory contains runtime data and processing the started, last boot time information, everything will be in the runtime, run directory. So it contains the runtime data. So last few hours, what is done, when it was last booted. So what was job was done. So that information will be available. Next, SBin called as superbin. So by using this, we have to run some kind of advanced level commands. System administration task, we can run it. Bin is a normal commands. Sbin is a advanced level command. System administrator level commands, we can run it. SRV directory, it's a service directory. All system related services will be stored in this directory only. You can run any services in the same directory will be available. SYS directory, it is a temporary files created for the applications to store in it. It's a temp directory. So temporarily, we can store the data in the system. We can use a temp directory. And sys directory, it's a virtual file system. So like we have a kernel, system devices that will store system related files. User. So user contains utility like a subdirectories like a bin, library, sbin local. These all files will be available here. So this is contain the user utilities and applications. Finally, we have a var directory. It's a variable data directory such as logs, mails, databases that we can contains the variable information. Variables configurations in the var directory. So this is a total directory file system in Linux. Let's go with your questions one by one.
Sir, can you please repeat the run directory once more, sir?
Run directory, right?
Yes, sir.
So here is a run.
Sir.
So run means if the system, once it is power on, the process will start, the machine will continuously works, right? So once we power on, from the time until you shut down, the complete data will be in the runtime directory. Example, 1 hour back, you have powered on the system. Last 1 hour data will be available. That's a started since last boot. That contains the runtime data. The complete processes will be stored in the run directory.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
So could you tell about bin and lib? Like I'm not like
Bin.
any examples. Yeah.
Okay. What is meaning of binary? What is meaning of binary? Generally.
Language.
Binary is a language. Huh? Okay. Next. Next.
Zeros and ones.
Binary is a mission language,
Zeros and
which
ones.
is a combination of zeros and ones.
Zeros and ones and combinations. Okay. So basically, binary is a file. It contains the compiled machine code. Okay, compiled machine code. That is a non-human readable text. So which is executable directly using the CPU. So generally, this particular language will be written in the C, C++ in the machine level instructions. So here, the binary executables will be available here. Whatever the jobs you are running, based on accordingly, the binary directory will used, the job will get executed directly by using the program commands. So this bin, anybody can run the commands and we can execute it. But few commands cannot be executed because of we need admin rights. That is called sbin. Sbin means super bin. Super means full administrator permission user. So sbin, bin both are same, but sbin is a lower capacity and the least privileges and least permissions. Sbin is a advanced and high level permissions in the operating system. Example, I'll tell you. You want to copy some data, you want to list some data. So that will be available in the bin. Suppose you want to check some, you want to reboot the system. You want some IP tables informations that will be in the sbin. Suppose you are logged into the server, you cannot be rebooted because of you are not administrator. Only administrator can reboot the server, right? So administrator have the permissions for the sbin. So reboot command will be in the sbin. So reboot is a command. It will trigger the binary that will connect with the CPU and it will restart the system. You cannot do it directly because of that's a process in machine level language. Next question.
Then what about lib?
Lib, right? So the name itself, it's showing as a library, right? So it maintains some information. Okay. It maintains some sort of information. What are the information generally in the lib? It related bin and sbin relation information only it will available in the library in a sequential order. Bin and sbin both information which is shared in the library system. Example. So what is meaning of exact library? So the collection of pre-compiled functions. Pre-compiled functions means what? Before compiled any functions, that is called pre-compiled functions. Those values will be available in bin and sbin. So routine the program we will be running like a rebooting, power on. So these all jobs will be stored in the library only. But these libraries are two types basically inside: static library, shared library, that is called dynamic library. So this particular library, what is a use means code reusability. So do not write the common functions like sorting, printing, mathematical calculations, separation of the code, and shading the library with the reducing the memory usage, storage usage like that. Example. You are listing the files in the Linux machines. The command is ls. So who will be performing the command? Who will be performing the command ls command in the Linux machine? User, right? So user is here, user. So now user command, the ls command will be in the bin. So under the bin, we have a bin file is there. So this bin is not separate. Both are same. This is the reference point. It will be connected to here. This sbin point, it will be connected to here. It's a library point, it will be connected to here. So these all are similar. It's a duplications files. It will be referencing to the parent files here. Suppose I'm a user Rajesh. I'm running the command ls listing the directories. Now the command will be executed via bin with the help of this directory. Now my client is asking to reboot the system. Now I run the command reboot in the shell. Now it will run in the sbin directory. It will call the sbin directory here. So like that it will work. All are interrelated. Library, sbin, bin, user, these all are interrelated. Do not confuse it. అన్నీ ఒకదానితో ఒకటి సంబంధం ఉంటుంది అది. Next question, please. No questions. Thank you.